Look closely at this image. 70,000 people are shouting, and the players are not celebrating. They are kneeling. It happens again 2 matches later, and then again. In different teams, in different nations, in different languages. The exact same scene, repeated dozens of times during this World Cup. Some people have stopped calling it a coincidence. And when a player everyone had written off scores a historic goal, and the first word he says is not "I," but "God," you realize that something is happening here that football alone cannot explain. Stay with me, because in 2 minutes you are going to see things television has never shown you. Let's start with the host nation. When the United States opened the tournament by beating Paraguay, defender Mark McKenzie did not run off to celebrate. He called his teammates to the center of the field, into a circle, arms linked, heads bowed, and he prayed, with more than 70,000 fans roaring around them. The captain, Kristijan Pulisic, posted the photo himself. Pulisic leads a Bible study among teammates that he calls Bible Time. This is not an isolated episode. It has become the way this team presents itself to the world. And it is not only gestures on the field. Before their opening match against England, 2 Croatian players, Kristijan Jakić and Igor Matanović, sat down at a press conference and spoke openly about their Catholic faith, answering a question from an EWTN news journalist. Matanović said, "When you pray to God, it is as if you feel that someone is listening to you, and that gives me a lot of strength." Jakić added, "We are a country where we are Catholics, where faith means the path of our life. Faith represents the whole national team. Not in a moment of glory after a goal, but in a press room, in front of reporters, in full view of everyone. There is also a more hidden detail, but it says the same thing." American goalkeeper Matt Freese shared that every day during the tournament, he listens to the Bible in a Year podcast by Father Mike Schmitz, one of the most followed Catholic priests in the world online. A goalkeeper for the U.S. national team who, between one training session and another, stops to listen to a priest explain the Bible. But the most surprising story of this World Cup comes from a nation no one expected to see here. Curaçao, a Caribbean island of just 158,000 people, the smallest nation ever to reach a World Cup in history. Before even playing a single match, the team did something that surprised everyone. They held a public night of worship together with a Dutch Christian ministry, singing in front of the cameras. The videos spread everywhere, hundreds of thousands of views before the tournament had even begun. Pastors on the island say they hope the team's example will reignite faith among the young people of Curaçao. And then came their first match against Germany, 7-1, one of the most humiliating defeats possible in the very first World Cup of their history. But instead of hiding, the players of Curaçao stopped at midfield and prayed, anyway, despite everything. At that point, something happened that no one had expected. German midfielders Felix Nmecha and Jonathan Tah, from the team that had just crushed Curaçao, did not do the usual shirt swap. They went over to the opposing players and prayed with them. Nmecha explained it like this: "During the match, we are opponents. But after the match, we are all Christians. We are all brothers. 2 rival nations, a crushing defeat for one of them, and one single circle of prayer." The image went around the world, shared even by people who usually never talk about faith. There is another detail from that match that few people noticed. After scoring, Nmecha himself got down on his knees, made the gesture of taking an imaginary crown off his head, placed it on the ground, and pointed to the sky. A gesture that says only one thing: this victory is not mine, it belongs to him. And now comes a story that few people expected. Before the match against Uzbekistan, Cristiano Ronaldo was being written off. Harsh criticism, a week he himself described as dark, rumors that he was already finished in football. Then he stepped onto the pitch and scored a brace that put him in history. He became the first player ever to score in 6 different editions of the World Cup. an achievement that neither Pelé nor Maradona ever managed. And what was his first sentence after the match? He did not talk about the record. He said, "God helps those who work hard." And he added, "There are negative situations that turn out to be useful in the end." A man who had just done something no one had ever done in 100 years of World Cups. And the first thing he did was explain it through faith, not through his own talent. For 20 years, we were told that Ronaldo and Messi were the opposite of each other. Two rivals, two styles, two fan bases that could never agree on anything. But on this, without even speaking to each other, they say exactly the same thing. Lionel Messi has a strong faith in Jesus. In 2018, before the World Cup in Russia, he promised that if Argentina ever won the World Cup, he would walk to the shrine of Our Lady of the Rosary of San Nicolas near his hometown, a shrine officially recognized by the church in 2016. 4 years later, Argentina won. And a priest confirmed to Catholic news agency a detail that few fans knew. An image of Our Lady of Luján was present in the Argentine locker room throughout the entire tournament. A few days after the victory, the president of the Argentine Football Association personally brought the World Cup trophy to the Basilica of Luján and presented it to Our Lady. Not a rumor, a documented visit confirmed by the priest who welcomed him. So why is all this happening precisely in this tournament? A theologian interviewed by the Financial Times called it a return of religion to public life, and the numbers confirm it. This World Cup already has more public gestures of faith than any previous edition in the history of the tournament. Here is what strikes me most. These are the best athletes in the world. Men who would have every reason to think that all the credit belongs to them. Training, talent, years of sacrifice. And at the moment of the greatest victory of their lives, in front of the entire planet, the first thing many of them do is kneel down and give the glory to someone else. Not after the cameras turn off, while the cameras are still rolling. If men who have nothing left to prove still choose to do this, what does that say to us, watching from home, who have much less to prove and many more reasons to forget whom we owe everything we have to? This World Cup will be remembered for its goals and its trophies. But a few years from now, some of us will remember it for something else. For the smallest nation in history praying even after the most humiliating defeat. For two rival nations meeting in the same circle at midfield to pray together. For a man written off by everyone rewriting football history and giving the first word to God, not to himself. For a trophy that, for a moment, ended up before an image of Mary, because another man kept a promise he had made 4 years earlier. These are not small details. They are a window into what is truly inside these men, beneath the jersey. If this video touched you, let us take a moment and pray together. You can write in the comments, "Lord, whatever has been given to me, let me give the glory to you first." May God bless us all.